people might be breaking out the scotch at the NFL offices. A lot of owners could be really, really relieved. Probably looking around going, whew, dodged a bullet. Because apparently the long-standing nightmare in the National Football League that is the Dan Snyder era in Washington could be coming to an end. Because according to several reports out there, there are 2 bids in for the Washington Commandos / football team / commander / former team of a guy wearing the hat and the logo that Kyrie Irving had kicked out of a basketball game the other night. There are 2 bids now in at $6 billion apiece, and Adam Schefter of ESPN is saying that it looks like Dan Snyder could sell the team and that a purchase agreement could be in place by next month's draft. How about it? Finally, after all this time.
Yeah, VAR. Yeah, buddy.
Come on, LaVar.
Yeah, VAR. Yeah,
Break
VAR.
out the scotch, LaVar.
Yeah, get us some scotch going, man. Maybe some Jaeger.
I don't know why it's a celebration for me, but hey, listen, if it's true, then I think it's pretty interesting. And the first thing I think about is what happens once the sale is approved. Like this sale is it has to be approved, obviously by the other owners, but then what recourse, what action is going to be taken against Dan Snyder with everything that has transpired? Because even though you sell the team, it's not like, okay, I get to sell the team, I get to collect this $6 billion and go about my business. There's more to it. There's more to the story. And I'm just curious as to where does this all go? Like, and for what it's worth, it may get quiet after the sale of the team takes place. Things may, happen more obscurely, but I don't know. I'm curious as to if it is over once he sells the team, or is it just really beginning? Because I don't see him walking away, having the ability to walk away from everything that he's been a part of, scotch-free.
Good point. Way to stick the landing. So you think that there's still going to be something down the pike as far as him having to deal with some of the issues that went on for his time there? Because as it stands right now, he bought this team for $800 million with some investors back in 1999, and he's going to cash out with about $6 billion.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But, hey, little Danny's getting it done, and he's going to see a big fat check in his pocket for his yacht or whatever property he's going to be selling moving forward. Return. So, because there was some speculation that he was trying to figure out a way that if he sold the team, he wouldn't be held accountable and there would be no more investigations going on. If he gets the $6 billion and also gets that in return, what a way to get out of all the crap that he went through the past couple of decades, only to come out with this much return on his investment and then not have to deal with any of the backlash moving forward. And
yeah, I just don't see that happening. But I don't know that the public will know how it all plays out, is what I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
what do you mean by that?
Again, I don't know if whatever happens is going to be publicized. I'm curious as to if it will be publicized, if there is recourse that takes place, if this further continues to come out, or if it just goes away.
No, this will just go away. I mean, here's the reality. Remember when Jerry Richardson sold the team?
Yeah.
In Carolina, that's how obviously David Tepper got it. And if I'm not mistaken, he was accused or alleged had said, was it racial remarks?
Yeah, sexual harassment, racial remarks, all that stuff.
Okay. Did you notice how quick they turned that into a sale, the NFL, when I say they? And then David Tepper takes over, and whoever talks about that now?
Never.
No one. It's going to be the same exact thing with Dan Snyder. They're trying to facilitate this sale, whether it's Josh Harris's group or the Astapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapalapal
actually takes this team. Figure out
How about this? You're not a part of it, all right? We can act like your bid counts, but it doesn't because your name's too long. You have too many vowels. All right,
Great point.
How about that?
I'm into it.
I believe it's Apostolopoulos.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, my
All right.
gosh.
But seriously, like, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vowels. He's got 8 vowels in his name.
Well, Stephen,
It's a way too long.
Stephen Apocalypse, whatever his name is, figure that out before you want to take the reins from Danny Snyder, please.
Yeah. He can't own the team. He can't win this bid purely because no one's going to be able to pronounce his last name.
Agreed.
And there's already a Stephen A. So since he's a Steve A, he can't be Steve A. That's going to be confusing, right?
Yep.
You got Stephen A. Smith. You can't have another Stephen A.
Agreed.
So he's going to have to just not be a part of this. Anyway.
Can't call him S.A., you know. That ain't
No,
gonna work.
you definitely can't call him S.A.
That's for
like,
sure.
That's offensive.
Yeah.
I gotta push back a little bit on this.
Okay.
I don't see this being the same scenario that played out in Carolina. It's a smaller market, and for what it's worth, Dan Snyder has become a notorious person in the media, much more than pretty much any owner that really, outside of maybe what took place in L.A. with the Clippers owner. I think he's been infamous for so long that I don't think that people are going to let it go. That's why.
Okay, but take the Clippers into account. Who talks about that anymore?
Yeah, not too much at all, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the whole point. Like, the league's incentivized to move on from it. The organization is incentivized to move on from it. Unless he's facing any sort of federal charges, which you would have thought that would happen by now. And by the way, he just hops on his yacht and heads to international waters where he just lives on his yacht. And then I guess he's able to circumvent all
You had this report that came out over the weekend where owners were something along the lines of they're going to go ahead and pull back on their vote to try and get him out if he is indeed planning on selling the team. It's like, okay, that's what this is all about. I don't think owners or anybody in the NFL has the balls to try and go after him after he's gone because he knows where everybody's bodies are buried. And he's known it this entire time. And the idea that after he's gone and they finally get their wish and everybody can move on and just go, let's be hush-hush here. They've had 20-plus years of evidence and 20-plus years of a landing strip to try and figure out how they can go after him and everybody be safe on the other side. And nobody's been able to do it, and nobody's wanted to do it, and they're not doing it anytime soon.
Be safe on the other side.
I'm telling you, it's not happening.
I'm telling you, man, they don't want that heat.
I just don't know if it's going to
Danny
come.
heat.
I just don't know if it's going to come from the owners. That's what I'll say. I don't know if the pressure or if the public
got $6
scrutiny is
billion
going to
now, or
come.
whatever he makes from it to kind of,
To make it go away? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, that's the reality, too, is he's got a lot more money to kind of make it go away or just go away and make sure it goes away.
By the way, the Broncos got what, 4.6 the Broncos went for?
6, something like that.
Jesus. The Commandos are terrible. And here we are, $6 billion, all the negative stuff attached to it, everything attached to it, and $6 billion they're going to go for.
We're 7-8 market.
Good.
Big market.
The interesting thing is I wonder how much they make per year. Like that's what I'm curious to see. And obviously you get a glimpse into Green Bay, but as LaVar touched on, DC's a much bigger market. So you would assume that even as bad as attendance has been and some of the other things, their value would still be higher than Green Bay, and they'd still be earning more money in a bigger market like that. But, I mean, it's, look, it's a big payout. It's a golden parachute, however you want to look at it. And at the end of the day, it's a step moving in the right direction for the NFL. And that's why I think it's going to go away. I think they want it to go away. Dan Snyder wants it to go away. And as, Jonas so artfully pointed out, Dan Snyder does know where the bodies are buried.
Yep.
I mean, you come at him, he's going to be coming at your neck.
You better believe it. You better believe it. They don't want that,
I just
little
don't
Danny
know.
smoke.
I get it for the owners. I just don't know if, I don't know. There may be more coming.
Because they're going to say, like, what do you want? We took away his team. Give him $6 billion. We took away his team. And then they've already tried. Like, some have already tried to take some of these cases. It hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah, I hear you. Listen, it may go away. It may disappear. I'm just saying I'm curious to will it, because I just got this feeling it ain't going to be over.